Hello, everybody. I'm Scott Golden here with things to improve your mental health and emotional health and the coaching paradigm. Would love to be of assistance to you. Ultimately, we've got over 1,000 of these available for your listening pleasure. We try to do this as often as we can, and connecting with you is a priority. And so, hopefully, there's something on the channel that can be beneficial to you. Please like, subscribe, comment below, all that good stuff. If you're looking for assistance with getting your mind, body, and spirit right, feel free to reach out for coaching. You can do that through Twitter at PO Perception. We do have holiday specials going on. You can also do that through the About Me section of this YouTube page, and that hopefully will be helpful to you as well. How to improve your mental health? The first thing is make yourself a priority. Look, there's only one of you, and there's only so much that you can handle. Each person has the breaking point. Each person has a limitation, and having limits doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you dumb. It doesn't make you, unlovable. It doesn't make you unwanted. It just makes you human. And so, knowing what your limits are and making time past your limits. That is, hey, this is my limit. I'm not willing to go past it. I'm sorry, but I'm willing to help you, upright to that limit or whatever the case may be. That's perfectly okay. Finding a way to understand that you have to accept that you have limits, first of all, and then move through them, move into them, and understand them is important and valuable. The next thing to consider is, positive thoughts, but don't be all positive all the time, or try to be, because people who don't allow negativity can't really value positivity. So the idea is acknowledge that negative thoughts are going to come. Acknowledge they're going to be part of your experience. Give them an outlet, whether it's drawing, whether it's writing, whether it's music, whether it's exercise, and then go back to, okay, things could be worse. How do I go a little more positive? Well, I can be grateful for this even though I don't like the situation I'm in. That's a little more positive. And so, neutrality as part of the positive negative paradigm that people shift to. Either people are really negative or people are really positive. False positivity doesn't work. Negativity, obviously, in long term doses isn't healthy, but there is a middle ground, and it's neutrality, and using neutrality in energy to your advantage is a really useful thing. So the next thing is be open about what you feel. Just because you're open about what you feel doesn't mean anyone else has to agree. It also does not mean that you have to be, in a place where uh, you are, willing or ready to tackle things, where you're necessarily willing to confront anybody who disagrees with you. You're willing to share your feelings knowing that a person may not agree. Taking action around the things that you want, no matter how small. Consistency of action is one of the most important things any person can do at any given moment. Follow through is necessary to work in that paradigm, but just consistency of action is super important. It's necessary, it's valuable, it has long term and short term value, it has necessity to it. When people are unwilling, incapable, or not focused, they can get in their own way. The next thing is have compassion. First, have compassion for yourself. Just because you're not where you want to be doesn't mean you'll never be there. And ultimately, kind of getting to a good space within yourself is understanding you're going to have weak points, you're going to have strong points, both have value, and you can then be compassionate to the idea of you are a work in progress. And then the other is true of the same thing with other people. Just because someone acts in a way that you don't like doesn't mean you have to continue to hang out with them. Doesn't mean you have to continue to be involved with them on a personal or professional or emotional level, but having compassion for the fact that that's where they are. Do they fit into my life anymore? Do I fit into their life? Are we going in a direction that's mutually beneficial? Those are appropriate questions to ask, and find ways to serve others without expectation. That's where things get really complicated for lots of people. We're not taught to live in a world without expectations. We're taught, if I give this to you, you'll pay me back. And karmically and energetically that does happen, but it doesn't always. So the challenges related to kind of moving forward in that way often are more about is my expectation of how I get paid back or how I get benefit from doing this, is it realistic? Is it unrealistic? Is it healthy? Is it not healthy? Sometimes we don't necessarily know, and it's important to have balance in how we look at that. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.